Hi, I'm Jonathan, Technology Program Assistant at the Learning Center. If you've ever been to the Learning Center, you've probably met some of our awesome tutors, many who are also available online as e-tutors. However, it can be a little tricky getting on e-tutoring for the first time, so I made this video to help you get started and hopefully cut down on the frustration factor. And with that, let's begin. First, a quick checklist of things you should have to ensure the smoothest possible e-tutoring experience. Use a proper desktop or laptop. Smartphones and other mobile devices are great tools of convenience, but don't work well with e-tutoring. You also want to make sure you're using Firefox as your web browser, as the e-tutoring software is pretty buggy on other browsers. If you don't yet have Firefox, no sweat. Just go to the Mozilla website to download the latest version of Firefox. Finally, you'll want to have a really reliable internet connection. This may seem like a no-brainer, but the e-tutoring platform is notoriously fussy about the quality of the internet connection. Even if you already have Firefox, if your connection times out for even a second, you'll be likely to get booted out of the eChat room and get this screen, meaning you have to log in again. So find somewhere with a strong internet signal, ideally not in the basement. Having attained these three things, we're ready to log into e-tutoring. Near the top of the PSU Learning Center's e-tutoring page, where you most likely currently are, click on the gigantic button that says Get Tutoring Here. This should bring up the familiar CAS login screen, where you simply enter your Odin username and password like you would for your PSU email or D2L. However, it's also possible you may get one of these two error screens. Usually, this just means that your Odin account isn't in one of these two error screens, which we can easily fix if you email us at tutoring@pdx.edu. When you log into eTutoring for the first time, you'll be prompted to confirm that your username and contact information is correct. Feel free to change your first name to your preferred name if you have a specific one you prefer to go by. However, do not change the email address, as this can cause problems logging on in the future, since all student e-tutoring accounts are linked to PSU emails. It is thus recommended that you type in the same password as you would for your Odin or PSU email. As a totally optional feature, you can also choose to receive automatic email or text notification when a tutor answers a question you previously submitted. After you've read the terms of use and acknowledged them by checking the box, you can click Update Profile to start your e-tutoring experience. The page we're on right now is the student home page, or the main menu, where you'll see all the main features of e-tutoring. Note that all of these features are also listed side by side in the navigation bar above. The live tutoring panel, as its name suggests, shows which tutors are currently available for real-time tutoring sessions. Here we can see, sadly, that no tutors are online right now. However, we can easily check which tutors and subjects will be available later today in the panel below. Dates and times further down the road. This feature is very handy as it takes into account temporary schedule changes. For example, if a tutor is out sick or traveling, that may not be reflected in the regular e-tutoring schedule Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week, and hit the update button to generate a timetable of all tutors that will be in during those 3 days. Thankfully, e-tutoring provides other ways for you to get help, even when tutors aren't currently online. The e-questions feature provides a convenient space where you can post written questions at any time. Simply click on the eQuestions link and post a new question. Before posting a question, you'll be reminded that eQuestions is not for simply copying and pasting problems for your homework or tests and expecting to get answers from the tutor. Thus, in addition to specifying your subject area, you'll be required to fill out every field before you can submit your eQuestion. It is also your responsibility to show work you've already done on the problem and articulate where the main difficulty or confusion is. You can always revisit any eQuestions you've posted under your archived eQuestions. Simply click under the appropriate topic name to review your question, as well as tutors' responses when they become available. When you do get a tutor reply, you'll see a new red icon under the status of the appropriate question. Clicking on the question allows you to review the response and follow up with more questions or clarification where appropriate. However, if you have a very general question, sometimes it's better and easier to check out the resources panel, where tutors upload popular reference material for their respective subjects. If you're having calculator trouble in your math class, for instance, you'll find in the math subject a link to various instructional videos walking you through various TI calculator functions and features. What's nice about this is that the tutors describe the context for all the links, so you won't have to spend hours finding the right video or handout relevant to you. Of course, the most powerful and impactful aspect of the e-tutoring experience is actually getting to interact with tutors in live e-tutoring sessions. When tutors are available for your subject, you can enter their live chat room. Let's get some help on trigonometry by selecting the math tutor who, lucky for us, doesn't have any other students right now. If nothing happens when you click on this button, there's a good chance that your pop-up blocker is preventing the eChat window from opening up. To check your pop-up settings on Firefox, click on the top right menu icon with the 3 horizontal lines and go to Preferences from the drop-down menu. This should bring up a new tab where you can go into Content Settings and see if Firefox is currently blocking all pop-up windows. You can disable this pop-up blocker by simply unchecking the box. Note that the eChat window runs on a Flash-based platform, so you may be prompted to install Adobe Flash if Firefox doesn't detect a recent version of it installed. With Flash properly installed, you should see the eChat room loaded via Adobe Connect. With Adobe Connect successfully loaded, you should hear a doorbell sound, announcing your entry into the eChat room. Looking around the eChat room, you'll notice lots of features organized into rectangular modules called pods. This may look overwhelming at first, but don't worry, there's really only a few pods that are essential for you to know right now. The most basic pod is the attendee list, which shows you who is currently in the room. The person at the top, under hosts, is a tutor, and everyone else listed below are the students, including you. Right now, we can see that I'm the only student in the room, so me and the tutor can start chatting right away. Communication is initiated through the chat box, where you can exchange text messages in real time. We can see here that the tutor has acknowledged our entry and is confirming what material we need to help with. Try to communicate with the tutor in a clear but respectful manner so they can best help you. If the tutor determines the question is appropriate and they can help with it, they'll promote you to presenter status, which means you are now officially in the session, and you can use the other interactive features in the room, such as this whiteboard. You can also upload documents and even share your screen. If you need help accessing these or any other features, the tutor will be very happy to help. Be mindful that tutors may already be helping other students when you enter the room. The tutor may thus not be able to engage with you right away, but will usually leave a note explaining the situation. Students who are actively in the session have priority with the tutor, so be courteous and avoid uninvited participation in their tutoring sessions. Students are attended to on a first-come, first-served basis with up to 20 minutes per student, so be patient and remain in the chat room while waiting. It's important to also pay attention, though, as sessions may finish early and you might get skipped over if you don't respond to the tutor's messages in time. Tutors put students back on the waiting list after finishing their sessions so they can help the next person. If you still want more help from the tutor after your session ends, you'll need to wait your turn again. If the tutor appears to be free but isn't responding to your messages and hasn't left a note, you can try ringing the doorbell. This can sometimes grab the tutor's attention in case they didn't happen to see your original message. However, be aware that the tutor may simply be taking a bathroom break or dealing with technical issues on the platform, so give it a few minutes before trying again. Sometimes it can be more efficient to also communicate via audio. To connect your audio and talk, make sure your microphone is connected and click the speaker icon, which will turn green. Sound waves should appear on the speaker icon if your microphone is picking up the sound of your voice. Likewise, you should also be able to hear the tutor pretty clearly from your speakers. Be aware that there can be a little lag with the audio, so be patient, as it might take a second or two for your voice to travel to the tutor's computer, and vice versa. Using a similar method, you can also turn on your webcam via the webcam icon button. If your webcam is working, you should see a real-time preview of your appearance on the webcam display. When you're satisfied with the display, click Start Recording. Otherwise, the tutor will never actually see you. Using webcam is totally optional, but might be useful, for example, if you want to show the tutor work you're doing on a physical whiteboard, or can benefit from visual facial cues and mouth movements in a language conversation. When you're done getting tutored and don't have any more questions for the time being, you can simply close the window, which automatically exits you from the room. There's lots of other features in e-tutoring, especially eChat, that we haven't explored here, but hope this video was helpful in getting you started. If you have any other questions or feedback, please email us at tutoring@pdx.edu. We look forward to e-tutoring you soon.